All right, hello, welcome back everyone. So it's been about 2 weeks since I did my last yoga video. I'm definitely not on track and I haven't been very consistent in my yoga practice. And you know what, that's okay. There's been a lot going on in the world and in my own personal life, so I just want to remind you all that even if you maybe fall off of your practice, or you're not practicing as much as you want to, or you don't have the time, or you're just tired, it's normal. We're all feeling all the things, and I'm going to be doing a wind down class soon too, one that's just a deep stress reliever for all of us that carry, stress on our shoulders or stress in our hips or wherever we might carry stress. That class is coming soon. I'm just finishing preparing it and making sure that it's going to reach everyone and it's going to be beneficial for all. So this class today is a upper body strength and stretch class. I will be providing modifications. It's going to be a little intense, but we'll get through it together. So to start, we're going to start standing into Tadasana, and I'm just going to start facing you. And I'm going to have my feet about hip width apart. Remember, ladies, it's not where your hips end, it's where your hip bones are. So my hip bones are right about here, my feet are right underneath my hip bones. We're making sure that we're spreading our feet, really grounding into our mat, and open those palms up into Tadasana. Go ahead and close the eyes. And let's tune into our breathing, just noticing if you're breathing into your nose, if you're breathing into your mouth. And let's start inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. That's going to start building some heat in our core, start getting us warm and ready to move. Let's take 2 more breaths on our own time. Go ahead and open up the eyes if you feel ready. We're going to inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to reach over to that right side. Really allow that left side of your body to lengthen. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. Feel the right side of your body lengthen. Inhale through center. Exhale, gentle arch back. Squeeze the glutes, protect the lower back. And inhale back up. Let's swan dive, exhale forward. And inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to flip around, plant my hands in the mat, and step your feet back to a plank. To your chaturanga, upward facing dog. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Let's step your feet towards your palms, back to your forward fold. Remember, in this position, we're trying to keep our weight in the balls of the feet and the toes, not in your heels, so we're getting an active hamstring stretch and not just sitting back in your heels. And let's inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, let's reach over to that right one more time. I'm gonna face the camera again. Back through center, inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, gentle arch back, squeeze the glutes, protect that lower back. And all the way up. Let's inhale, exhale, swan dive forward to your forward fold. And inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, step your feet back to a plank. And flow through your vinyasa, lowering down to your chaturanga push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze the glutes. Lift those hips, downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Step your feet back to your forward fold. Let's inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. And return the palms back to Tadasana. All right, I'm gonna face you. We're going to start by just taking care of our wrists, making sure that our wrists are warm and ready to support all of our weight. So for those of you that don't know, I'm gonna also have a seat real fast. I did injure my lower back during the moving process. As you can see, I'm in a new space. And I also injured my wrist, so I'm always giving you guys the cue to make sure you're distributing your weight throughout your entire hand, not just sinking your weight into your wrist. And I'm giving you that cue because I need to remind myself to do that, and I still don't sometimes. So I did injure my wrist by sinking my weight into my wrist and not distributing it evenly throughout my palm. That's why I give you the cue, because I need it for myself. So I'm making sure that I'm really taking care of my wrists before I do anything that's too strenuous on them. We're going to start by just having the palms face down, having the elbows tucked into your hips. And I'm just going to start by pulling my hand into a fist and then exploding back out to a straight hand. So into a fist and then exploding back out. We're gonna do 10 of those. Let's go in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're going to reverse that. We're going to start in a fist and explode out, and then go back in, explode out. Here we go, out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip the palms up. 10 more in each position, so we're going to start by exploding out and going in. Here we go, out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're just gonna go back, the palms face down, and take little circles in one direction, feeling all of those muscles working. There are so many little muscles that are in the hand that we sometimes forget about. Reverse your circle. And now we're gonna take those arms straight out and we're gonna hold them. Sorry, the shirt's really baggy, so you can't really see my body. but we're gonna take them straight out. Those shoulder blades are down, or scapula are tucked in. We're going to keep those arms nice and straight and work on stabilizing through the shoulders. So we're gonna start by just taking a little pulse up and down. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm gonna sneeze, flip your palms. Oh my goodness. All right, now palms face up. Here we go, 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Palms forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Holy moly, excuse me. Flip your palms back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, palms back down. We're going to take little circles forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Beautiful. Go ahead and shake it out. All right, so now we're going to flip onto and face the front of your mat, excuse me. I'm going to plant my palms, and we're just going to start in this little tabletop position. So your knees are right under your hips, hands are right under your shoulders. We're pushing all of our weight throughout the entirety of our hand. From here, we're just going to start by dropping through your shoulders and then pushing back up. So we're dropping your chest towards the ground, your shoulders pop up, and then we're pushing those shoulders back down. Here we go. We're going to do 20 of them. And we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. From here, we're going to tuck those feet, lift the pelvis, downward dog. Excuse me for all these sniffles. Wow, my allergies are so bad today. And go ahead and tread through those feet. All right, now we're going to take that right leg, send it straight up. Keep those hips nice and square to start. And feel free to open up that hip now, getting a deeper stretch. And now we're going to lower down to your plank. And now we're going to push back out to your three-legged dog. So that's the movement. You can open up the hip, you can find it square at the top, but we're going from your three-legged dog to a plank and back up to your three-legged dog. So we're really trying to find that point where the hands are actively pushing away from the mat and helping you lift your hips to get them back to that three-legged dog. So we're gonna do 4 on each side, just like that. I'm gonna tuck my shirt in because you don't need to see all this. All right, here we go. Finding your three-legged dog, right leg is up. And we're going to lower down to your plank and up. Here's 3, up. Here's 2, up, and 1, up. Lower that foot all the way down, switch those feet out. Opposite foot goes up. Maybe you open that hip and we lower down. 4. Up. Here's 3. Up. Here's 2. Up. Last 1. And up. Lower that foot down and bend those knees. Go ahead and press back to a little child's pose here. And go ahead and bring it on up. All right, so we're going to go through that sequence one more time. So we're going to start in that tabletop position, dropping the shoulders, pushing back out, and then the the plank to your 3-legged dog, push back. Here we go. Starting with your tabletop, finding those hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And here we go. We sink down forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh my nose, keep going, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go ahead and tuck those toes, lift the pelvis up. I'm starting with my right leg up again. And here we go. We lower down to your plank 4, 1, and up. Here's 2, up. Here's 3, up. Last one on this side, up. Switch out that foot. Other side, here we go. Down for 4, up. 3, up, 2, up, last one, and up. And drop those knees down. Go ahead and press back to a child's pose one more time. I'm gonna circle out my wrists. So this, like I said, this class is an upper body strengthening and stretching class. That's obviously the strengthening portion, but I'm going to give you little breaks in between that will help counterbalance what we just worked. So for now, hang out in your child's pose. Really feel those arms stretch above you. Really feel that belly just hang so you get a nice arch in the back on your mat. All right, now we're going to bring it all the way up to a plank. So hands right under your shoulders again. Right here, we're going to do our plank roll through. So I'm going to start by tucking my pelvis and sequentially rolling through my vertebra, going to my downward dog. And then from here, I reverse that roll. So I tuck my pelvis, I undulate through my spine, back out to my plank. We're going to do 10 of these. Here we go. Tuck the pelvis and out. Here's 2, finding each position all the way into your downward dog, all the way into your plank. Here's 3 and out. If you ever need a break, go ahead and sink down to your child's pose. This is 4, out. Here's 5, out. Here's 6, out. Here's 7, out. Make sure you're using your breath to time. Here's 8, and almost there, 9, and here's 10. And Go ahead and drop down to your knees. We're gonna take that left arm, just stretch it across your body. Maybe take a couple wrist circles if you need them. Oh, this class is no joke, you guys. For me, my upper body has always been the weakest part of my body, so I'm trying to build up strength, and I'm also trying to make sure that I have the stamina to sustain these poses. Like I said, because, go ahead and switch your arms out, because I haven't been keeping up my regular yoga practice, I've definitely lost a lot of strength in my upper body, and I can tell the difference. And that could also be due to the fact that I injured my wrist, and you know, I'm not able to sustain some of these poses for as long without it being uncomfortable. Go ahead and release. We're gonna take that left arm up and over your head, stretch it out here. Don't drop your chin, try to keep it nice and lifted, open up the chest. So if you're sweating, if this class is hard and you need a lot of breaks, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Take as many breaks as you need. We're trying not to injure ourselves. We're trying to build up strength so we don't injure ourselves. We're trying to prevent injury. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to do our bear push-ups. So we're going to our downward dog. I'll show you what it looks like first. We're going to our downward dog. And from here, my elbows are opening out nice and wide. So my elbows go out, I drop my head towards the mat, and I push back up. So facing the camera, the motion is the elbows are going out this way, not back this way. For now, we're just working the pecs. We're opening out to the side and back up. All right. We're gonna do 10 of those. Again, if you ever need a break, there's no shame in taking one. There really is not. Here we go. Lift those hips up, downward dog. And bear push-ups for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop it back down. All right, before this next one, we're gonna take our wrists, and I'm just going to press my wrist into my mat and just take a little rock forwards and backwards, just stretching out the wrist a little bit. I'm being really gentle, especially with my right wrist. And now I'm gonna open those wrists out to the side and just take a little rock side to side this way. And if you have the mobility, let's turn those wrists, or excuse me, those palms backwards. Same thing, little rock. And gently release. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're going to do inchworms. So I'm going to start at the back of my mat in a nice forward fold position. From here, we're walking out to a plank, and then we're walking our feet in to a forward fold. And then we reverse out to a plank, into a forward fold. So essentially we're just moving forwards and backwards on our mat, going through a forward fold and a plank, trying to get that full plank in between each one. We're doing 10 in total, so that means I start here, I go all the way out, all the way back, that's 1. It's a lot of work. Again, if you need a break, just hang out in your forward fold, maybe hang out in the plank. Just try to make sure that you're actively doing something during that break, and we get a break later, and then we're gonna do that whole thing one more time. Okay, so starting at the back of my mat, I'm going to fold forward. Enjoy this stretch for a moment. And now we're going to walk out to a plank. Here we go, walk it out. And walk the feet in. And walk the feet out. And walk the hands in. That's 1. Here we go, all the way out. In. Out. And in. That's 2. Keep going. You can go at your own speed. Maybe I'm going too slow. Maybe I'm going too fast. And all the way in. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. Almost there. This is 9. And this is 10. And take a break. All right. Why don't you go ahead and sink down to a child's pose. While you do that, I'm going to talk at you for a second. So if you were watching me doing my inchworms, I started out with my hands, or excuse me, my palms on my mat. And as I progressed, I ended up taking my fists to my mat instead. And that's because of my wrist injury. It was just too much pressure on my wrist. I wasn't gonna make it through this class if I kept going that way. So if you're in the same boat as me and it's really hard or painful to put your hand in your mat, take a fist and try doing these same exercises with your fist in your mat. And if that still hurts, we can also talk about other modifications, or maybe this class isn't the right class for you just because you can't bear a lot of weight in your hands, and that's okay. So again, you're welcome to put the palm down if that feels good. You're welcome to put your fist down if that feels better. I'm probably gonna go fist for now, just so I can preserve my wrist and make it through the rest of this class for you guys. So we're going back to the plank roll throughs. Again, you can do this with your fists. And if that's still too much work for you, you can also start on your knees and just roll back to a child's pose and then roll back to a plank. You can do 10 of those, or you can go all the way up from the plank to the downward dog. Here we go. We have 10 of these. And find your plank. And we're going to push back 1. And forward. Here's 2, go at your own tempo, forward. Here's 3. And forward. Here's 4. And forward. Here's 5. Sorry guys. And forward. Here's 6. And forward. Here's 7. Forward. Here's 8. And forward. Here's 9. And forward. And here's 10. And forward. And take a break. All right. Whew, my wrists are not having it today. And that's okay. We're gonna make it through this class together. So next, we're going back to those bear push-ups. And those, quick reminder, are in your downward dog. Those elbows are opening out to the side. Your head is dipping down towards your mat. We're doing 10. Here we go. Go ahead and find your down dog position. And we dip down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take a break. All right, the last thing we're doing is those inchworms, and then we get to move on from this section. I know this section is painful and it sucks. We're almost there. We almost get to move on. All right, so the inchworms, remember we're starting in that forward fold at the back of our mat, and we're moving through a plank and back to your forward fold. Here we go at your own pace. We go all the way out and in. All the way This is 3. In, out, in. This is 4. In, out, in. This is 5. In, out, in. 6. In, out, in. 7, we're almost there. In, out, in. 2 more, 8. In, out, in. 9. In, out, in. Last one, 10. In, out, and in. Nice work. Go ahead and have a seat all the way down on the ground. Let's stretch out those arms once more. That arm crosses over your body. Circle out the wrist. Such small exercises, yet so effective. Go ahead and switch out the arm. Man, I'm struggling, y'all. And reverse. And left arm goes up and over the head. And switch. And release. So let's find our child's pose now. I'm gonna face the front of my mat. Just open those knees out nice and wide and sink that belly through those knees. Arms are stretched far in front. And go ahead and bring it on up to a tabletop. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. From here, let's take 8 cat and cow. So on your own timing, we're going to inhale into your cow, fill that belly with air. Exhale, arch into your cat. We're doing 8 on our own time. Really try to get the maximum stretch in each position. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. 7. Last one, 8. Find a nice neutral spine. We're going to take that same inhale, exhale, timing your movement with your breath, but now we're taking the crown of our head to our tailbone. So finding a nice neutral spine. We're reaching in a lateral way, moving side to side, crown of the head to your sits bones. We're doing 8. Here we go, inhale. On your own timing. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, I'm going to sink it on back for now. So what we're going to get into next is our bird dogs. So starting from your tabletop position, we're reaching our opposite leg and opposite arm away from one another, trying to find that point of balance in the middle with those two grounded limbs. So finding my tabletop position, let's say I'm going to reach my right arm away. That means my left leg will also reach away. So reaching in opposition, I'm not arching in my back when I get here. I'm keeping everything neutral, and then lowering back down to switch my hand and my leg. Reaching opposite away and back down. We're going to do 16 of those, really trying to find that maximum amount of suspending once you get all the way out, and nice balance in between as you switch over. So let's do 16, which means we'll be doing 8 on each side. Here we go. And inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Switch, 2. And switch, 3. And switch, 4. Feel free to go at a different tempo. Here's 5. And 6. Here's 7. And 8. Here's 9. Here's 10. 11. Here's 12. 13, almost there. 14. 2 more. 15. Last one, 16. And press back, child's pose. I'm gonna stretch out my wrists a little bit while I'm here. We're doing so good, y'all. We're almost there. Almost there, I promise. All right, so next thing we're going to get ourselves into is we're pressing from this child's pose out, and we're going to do a chaturanga push-up and press back to a child's pose. So we're going to do 10 of those. I'm actually going to scoot my mat away from my wall a little bit. Also, doing yoga on carpet, not ideal, but this is what we have to work with. So we're doing 10 of these, 10 child's pose push-ups. Here we go, find your child's pose. And here we go, out for 1. Use your breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And here's 10. And take a break. Okay, so we're going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to do our bird dogs, 16 of them, into our 10 child's pose push-ups. Starting from your tabletop position, I'm going to go to my fist because it just feels better for me today. Here we go. We're doing 16. Use your breath. Lift. 1. Find your balance. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. We're almost there. Keep going. 13. 14. 15. And 16. Go ahead and press back to your child's pose. We have our push-ups coming up next. All right, when you're ready, we're doing 10 of our child's pose chaturangas. Here we go, press forward. Here's 10. And back. Here's 9. Use your breath. Here's 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, almost there. 2. And 1. And rest. All right, we have one more set just like that. We're almost done with this class, y'all. After this set, we have one more set of exercises that we're going to do to strengthen, and then we just get to stretch it out and sit in our Shavasana. Yay, we're almost there. All right, going back to our tabletop, we're working on our bird dogs, and then we'll go to those child's pose push-ups, and then we'll move on. Here we go. Finding your tabletop, we're doing 16. Here we go. And lift. 1. And 2. Here's 3. Use your breath. Find your balance. Here's 4. And 5. Here's 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Last one. 16. Press back child's pose. All right, y'all, almost there. All right, here we go. We have 10 of our push-ups coming up. And we press forward for 1. Here's 2. Use your breath, go at your own pace. Here's 3. I know we're getting tired. We're almost there. 4. Here's 5 and 6 and 7. Here's 8. Here's 9. Last one, 10. Rest. Alrighty, so this last exercise that we're going to do, we're going to be starting in a plank. We're going to walk our feet up so that we hike our hips over our shoulders as close as we can get them, going to a dolphin pose, and then we're going to walk our feet back down to a plank. So for dolphin pose, a lot of it is in the mobility of your shoulders. If you don't have very flexible shoulders yet and they're not very strong, you might not be able to get your hips in the proper position, and that's okay. We're building it up. That's what we're working on today, is getting strength and flexibility in the shoulders. So we're going to do 10 of them. Let's see how they go. I'm actually going to flip around and face the other way, because if I go up and over, I'm going to go tumbling down my stairs. So let's not do that today. Alrighty, so to start, we're going to be on our forearms this entire exercise. Find a nice comfortable position with your forearms down. Those feet start out in a plank position. From here, we're going to walk our feet up and in, trying to get those hips over your shoulders, and walk it back out to a plank. That's the exercise. So we never go completely down on our mat. We're always staying off the ground. We're doing 10 of those. Here we go. Let me tuck my shirt in. All right, here we go. Starting from your plank position and walking in for 1, down. This is 2, down. This is 3, down. This is 4, down. Almost there. This is 5, down. This is 6, keep it going, down. This is 7, down. Here's 8, down. 2 more, here's 9, down. And last one, 10, down, and lower down. All right, whew. I know that those are hard. It's a nice burnout exercise at the end of everything we just did. So if you love working your upper body, stretching it, strengthening it, I have another class also that's already made. It's called your inversion building class. All of these exercises are really great for building up to that point where you want to get into your headstand, your handstand, practice going upside down. This is all great conditioning for getting into those positions. So let me breathe, lost my breath. We're going to start our back stretches now. So just go ahead and find a comfy position. We're going to roll back all the way. And from here, I'm not going to use blocks to get into this position today. I'm just going to use my own body. Those legs are going to go straight out. We're going to just engage the core, and we're going to engage the triceps. They're going to push us into this little fish pose here, trying to lift the chest towards the ceiling, really stretching across the chest here and really opening up, feeling all that nice juicy goodness in the shoulders because we just did a lot of work. So here we go. We lift up, push down with the arms, arch in the back. Hold here for 4 breaths. And carefully lower down. All right, so now we're just going to take those arms straight up overhead. Try to keep those shoulder blades down here. And go ahead and drop those arms back down to your side. Let's bring those feet in together, bottoms of the feet together in a butterfly position. We're going to inhale those arms back up overhead. As we do so, those knees are going to squeeze together. Exhale, we open back out to your butterfly. So we're just getting a little mobility stretch here, both in the hips and the shoulders. So here we go. Let's inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Holding in this position, let's just bring our hands to our belly and feel our air moving in and out. Go ahead and close the eyes. As you're here, let's take those hands, go ahead and flex them and push down on your legs as they're here. Just providing a little traction stretch, trying to elongate your spine a little bit. Take a few breaths here as you push away. And release that tension, extend those legs all the way out. We'll continue our Shavasana straight-legged with those palms facing down on your mat. While you're here, using your breath, let's send energy to any parts of the body that might need it. For me, that could be my wrists, that could be my lower back, any part of my body that just needs a little extra love and care today. Each exhale, envision sending a ball of light to that area of the body. That ball of light is your breath. It is healing. It is loving. It is warm. let's start bringing our awareness back to our body. Find a little movement in the joints, in the muscles. And as we're waking our body back up, I invite you to find yourself in a seated position. We're going to do a few seated stretches before we end our class today. All right, from here, let's take a big inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. Similar to that at the beginning of our practice, let's exhale over to the right side. Keep those hips grounded. And inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. And inhale through center. Exhale, gentle arch back. And release those arms down. We're going to drop that right elbow into your mat. Left arm reaches up and over. Deep side stretch. Keep those ears out of your shoulders. We're trying to really lengthen through the neck and through the spine. And bring it all the way up. Switch sides. Left elbow drops, right arm goes up and over. And all the way up. Let's inhale those arms up one more time. Palms together, exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll end our practice here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you for suffering through this awesome stretch strengthen class. I hope you got so much from it. I know I did, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful week.